Welcome back everybody, it's DestinysJesus here. Today I'm going to be recommending you guys a bunch of drop spots that you can run in true arenas to get points quickly, as well as some drop spots that you can run in the tournament that's going to be coming out, the Frosty Frenzy. It's kind of like Winter Isle version 2, so you need to make sure you've got a really good drop spot that you're consistent with. And all of these spots that I'm going to be recommending are going to fit into that criteria that I was mentioning in my video that I just posted. Basically, you need to be trying to get kills or spawn, and also decent enough loot mid-game to W key with. With that said as well, all of these drop spots guarantee you pretty much max mats for all of your trio members, really good amount of chest spawns, and also good amount of fishing and natural shield that you can find to save your normal shield that you'll go ahead and grab. As always, make sure to leave a like if you enjoyed this video, and check out all of these drop spots and watch the whole way throughout for a load of different ideas that you guys can run. So the first drop spot we're looking at is extremely underrated, and basically nobody's landing here in trios, even in tournaments. So what you want to go ahead and do is land towards Camp Cod. If you are directly contested, which is very, very rare, I would highly recommend landing either triple at this building or splitting 2 players here, 1 player here, and then pushing over and trying to take the fight as quick as possible. The one downside of landing on this side is this team can just boat away and steal all the fish, which is the key to this drop spot. If you're uncontested, which most of the times you will, you can go ahead and grab a harpoon or a fishing rod. One player wants to go the whole way around and fish everything. Another player wants to go ahead and leave and try to get all of this loot up this way, all these fishing spots and these chests, and the other one's just going to go ahead and get mats. And then from here, mid-game rotates is super easy. You can either rotate straight up the mid-map with the river and the boat, you can either go around the whole way around the bottom left, get all of this loot, normally would be completely free intros, or as I said earlier, you can go the whole way up this top right where the other player would have looted beforehand, go the whole way up here, get all these fishing spots. I mean, such a good position on dead side with riff fish. Most of the time you'll have 2 riff fish from what I found, and you'll be in such a good position. So the first drop spot I want to show is going to be really good for the tournament that's coming up, the Frosty Frenzy tournament, just because of the fact that you can pretty much guarantee really good loot for mid-game W key, and also you've got very good easy rotations for you to W key. You can either W key up towards Coral, down towards this castle area, or you can come the whole way down even to Holly and fight in this area here. What you want to be doing at Sweaty Sands is basically landing in a triple split at the backside. Sometimes teams will just full cycle the hotel, and if there's multiple teams doing that strategy, it really will be better off for you guys to land far. So what you can either do is land a player towards the south triple chest building, one over here towards the gas station where the barrels are, and then also one up towards pier. Sometimes you can rotate the pier guy down to this middle building, grab this, and then quickly go and get the barrels, and then instigate the fight. If you haven't already watched my duo review of Nathan and Alex, go watch that if you guys are planning on landing Sweaty. You'll definitely get a lot of elf spawn strategies that you can practice and implement. This drop spot, which is called the Cami Split, is extremely underrated and is actually so good in terms of the amount of loot you can get. What you want to be doing is doing a very wide split in this area around this little middle island, down here towards this henchman house, over towards here with the Mandalorian and the gas station, and you're going to be able to claim all of this loot in this whole area. These 2 players here, after they've looted this henchman chest and this guy gets all the mushrooms and stuff, can come over here and get the barrels for extra shield and save all of it. This player's going to be landing towards this pylon, be able to get some storm surge shots, some people rotating into dirty or just flying in, and then he can both wrap up, loot this whole area. There's a henchman chest here that's not showing up, loads of fishing holes that you can go ahead and grab. These 2 players can rotate up together to get a car on this road, go here and fish even more, and then you can meet up someone on this bridge, cap your mats out, and you'll be in such a good position mid-game to go for a rotate anywhere. And again, in tournaments, you've got this whole sand area that you can use to rotate the whole way across the map, or alternatively, you can just take a car. And because of the amount of fishing spots, you've got a really good chance of getting a riff fish, which as we all know is absolutely broken in the meta at the moment. This next spot I'm recommending is going to be basically, you have to be very confident at fighting off spawn, and you're pretty much always going to be contested. Some games you're uncontested and have absolutely the best loot in the game, just because of the fact there's 39 chest spawns at Dirty Docks. This place is absolutely ridiculous. Even if you're triple contested, you will guarantee yourself a couple free kills, and also you'll be in such a good position because of how many chests there are. You'll guarantee shockwaves, you can come up here and fish a little bit, you'll guarantee really good heals, and your mid-game rotates are again super easy. All you need to do is just cut through here, take a car from Dirty, and you're straight into the sand, chilling for mid-game, and you can W key whatever team you want. Also a nice new feature of this spot is the fact you can get a guaranteed P90 from Brutus, which spawns down here. It's also a bounty that you can go ahead and grab if you're uncontested. Go ahead and grab that bounty, and then you just see wherever the players are near you. So let's say you see a team over here with the UAV on, just go and W key it. I guarantee they're terrible, so you can just go over there and W key them, and you'll be very confident at doing that. You can just take the car instantly and go ahead and do that. So that's a really good W key route that you can do. In terms of actual directly contesting, make sure you try to avoid going for control of this building. That can go down really, really badly, just because of the fact you can't really rotate out towards your trio members. I normally prefer to take this whole north side here, try to get this middle building here. That's super important to go ahead and grab. This building especially, and sometimes if one of your players has a worse drop, land down towards this building, get the guaranteed P90 straight away, get some decent loot, and then push and help your teammates. One of the last shot spots I'm going to recommend is just landing up here towards Steamy Stacks. What you want to go ahead and do is basically try to get control of this middle building and also send 2 players towards this building. If you can guarantee both of these, you'll have a loot advantage compared to the team landing over here. And if there's multiple teams, sometimes what you can go ahead and do is just fly straight into the stack and either disengage up this way, get all of this loot up this side. One player can do that, or you can go ahead and go over towards here. That also means you can have a Dragon's Breath shotgun every single game, which is super nice in trios. But if you can win your off spawn, make sure you're practicing this as much as possible in arena beforehand. If you can win your off spawn, you'll be able to grab all of this loot extra to the north, all of these fishing holes, so good chance of getting a Rift Fish again. A Dragon's Breath shotgun pretty much guaranteed because she either spawns here or here. And then from there, you should be completely chilling for mid game. There's also a slurp truck that you can go ahead and grab when your rotates out, which is super nice, and the gas station and a bunch of car spawns as well. So finally, I've got you guys 2 different drop spots that you can run in the finals. I wouldn't recommend running these in the open unless you really just need a couple points and you want to play extremely safe, just because these drop spots are quite easy to get W keyed and also not the best to W key from because they're outside map. So basically what the first one is 1 player landing up towards Castle, looting all of this area here, which should be free. 1 player landing towards the John Wick house, so you can go ahead and fish, get camp mats as well. And then going up towards the beach, and then 1 player landing towards his H house, grabs all of this loot, then wraps up, and you guys are all going to go ahead and hit the 100 HP slurp truck. That saves all of your shield, and then from here your mid game is quite simple. You can either rotate down to Holly, maybe coming down towards this P90 area, or you can come into mid-map here and get all this loot, which should be free as well. Or alternatively, you can rotate north towards Coral, obviously depending on zone as well. I should mention to you guys that the reason I recommend this drop spot to you is just because of the fact that Reverse 2K, Day and Mero won the NA East FNCS trios with this drop spot. Just a nice split on the outside of the map, getting that slurp truck. That's the only reason I recommend it to you. Obviously, don't try running this in opens. It could go quite badly since you're not really going to have enough kills mid-game. So this very final drop spot I'm going to recommend to you guys is basically another split drop. This really wouldn't be the best in open, so I wouldn't recommend running it there. But if you make it to the finals and you want to try to secure that extra money at the very end, you just get top 400 on EU or the top 250 on NA East. This is what I'd recommend doing. 1 player landing towards this Viking hut. Obviously be mindful of the Holly team that might be willing to push in, so just keep clear of that. Make sure you can get a car and instantly disengage if needed to. 1 player landing towards this like logjam area that's mixed of Tomato Town, I believe. And then the last player can either high glide and land here, or if he high glides, they can land over towards here, the Weeping Tower, get all of this loot for free, basically steal it off the Weeping team, and then rotate in towards meet up with this player, cap your mats. This player's going to rotate down and loot this, and then you guys are going to regroup and pop all of your shield here. So you basically save all your shield again. This is why it's such a good finals drop spot, because you save all that natural shield. And then you want to go ahead and grab all of these fishing holes. Obviously be mindful of the Slurpee team W King. Alternatively, what you can do is rotate towards the south. All of this will be completely unlooted. There's not really going to be a team looting this much unless it's a Flush Factory team, and there's no Fortilla here anymore. So obviously this drop spot works out really nicely because there's no other teams rotating into you. From here, mid-game rotate, super easy. Just cut through, try to get a car somewhere along this road, or try to get a car from up towards this area, and you guys should be chilling for your mid-game. So super nice spot to run in finals, and that's pretty much the end of the video. As always, I hope you guys enjoyed the content and learned a couple new trio drop spots that you guys can run in the Frosty Frenzy tournament, and also make sure to leave a like if you enjoyed.